everybody at St John's Catholic School in Yorkshire. My name's Alistair Humphreys. I'm an adventurer and an author. You have been reading my book in school. Thank you so much. I've written The Boy Bite the World, The Girl Who Rode the Ocean, and look! No one in the world has seen this book yet, because it doesn't yet exist. This is my new book, coming out a week today, so it doesn't yet. You can't buy it in the shops yet, but look, against the odds, looks nice, hardback, and it smells good. I love the smell of new books. Nice. Anyway, sorry. Thank you for reading my books. You guys have been reading my books, coming up with some questions, and your very, very nice teacher, Miss Jeffrey, has sent me your questions, which I will answer now. Question 1. Have you travelled to our area, Wetherby in Yorkshire, and what did you like about it? Well, first of all, I am from Yorkshire, so of course I like it. I was born in Yorkshire, went to school in Yorkshire. Yorkshire's still where I feel is my home. I'm very proud to be from Yorkshire. But have I been to Wetherby? I don't think I am. I don't think I have. I've been all the way around the world, but I haven't been to Wetherby. I'm sorry. 4 years ago, I spent a whole month cycling just around Yorkshire, a whole month in Yorkshire. And what I realised was how much there is to see, even really close to where you live. So I need to go back for another month to take in Wetherby. Question 2. Where did you get the idea from to cycle around the world? I actually, trying to find a book. Here's a book. When I was young, I used to love reading books. I've got lots of travel books and adventure books, and I loved reading stories about different places in the world. And reading all these books got me interested in wanting to travel for myself and have an adventure for myself. And so I'm just trying to find, here we are, page 28. And to read about different adventurers. And there's one lady called Dervla Murphy. I wrote about her in this book, Great Adventurers, which is all my heroes. Dervla Murphy, she cycled to India, and I read her book and I loved it. And that made me think, I'd like to go on a big bike adventure as well. What made you scared on your adventures? Sorry, big yawn. I've just had lunch, and I always fall asleep after lunch. What made me scared? Lots of things. I get scared quite easily. I quite often get scared in the dark when I'm camping in my tent, when your imagination goes a bit crazy. I sometimes got scared being chased by some dogs, but generally I don't. Before you start an adventure, you often worry about all these bad things that happen, but once you go and do something, it's not really so bad. So actually, once I was out on the adventures, they really weren't usually that scary. What's the best food that you ate in Africa? Ooh. In Malawi, you get sugar cane. It's like a big stick, literally a stick, and you chew it, and it tastes delicious, full of sugar. That's really nice, not very healthy. I loved all the fruit you could buy from the sides of the roads, big bunches of bananas that are really cheap, avocados falling from trees, loads of fresh fruit. I loved in southern Africa, the barbecues there, the cooked meat was really nice. In North Africa, in Egypt and Sudan, I really liked a meal called fool. It's very simple. It's kind of like baked beans, really, and you scoop it up with flat bread and eat it with your hands. I really liked that. What was the scariest or cutest animal you saw in Africa? Scariest or... I don't think I would like to get into a fight with a big lion. I'll choose that. Cutest animal are some of the little monkeys, the bonobos, the bush baby. Look up what a bush baby looks like. They're very cute little monkey things. What was the most peaceful moment on your adventure? Sorry, another lunch yawn. That's a nice question. I don't think anyone has ever asked me that before. cycling down Africa was quite a peaceful thing, really, because I mean there were lots of people to chat to and lots of fun and laughing. But I was on my own a lot, so a lot of the time I was just cycling through nice countryside on my own. At night, I'd put up my tent on my own and just sit and watch the sunsets. That's pretty peaceful and relaxing. What survival skills did you have? I don't really have any survival skills. I'm not like Bear Grylls, so I'd get my food from buying it in the shops rather than hunting it in the jungle. So I don't really have any survival skills. How many hours did you cycle each day? Well, quite a lot really, but I just get up really early in the morning because when you sleep in a tent, you wake up with the light, and then I'd cycle all day. If I got tired after lunch, maybe I'd have a little nap under a tree. But I'd generally cycle all day until about an hour before sunset, when I'd start to look for a place to put up my tent and camp for the night. How many punctures do you think you had on your trip? How many punctures in 4 years? I have no idea. But the worst day I had for punctures, I once had 15 in one day. That was a bad day of punctures. Did you still keep in touch with friends you made as you cycled around the world? A few people, but not many. A lot of the people I met, especially in the poorer parts of the world, they didn't really have email or social media, so it's hard to keep in touch with people. So not really very many. How did you feel when you cycled? How did you feel when you finished cycling around the world? I felt a real mixture of things. I felt proud that I'd succeeded at this hard thing I'd been working for, and that always feels good. I felt happy to be home to see my friends and family. I felt relieved that tomorrow I didn't have to ride my bike and I could just lie in bed. But I also felt sad that the adventure was over. And I felt quite worried because I'd been doing this same thing for a long time, and I didn't know what would happen next in my life, and not knowing what's coming up always makes you quite nervous. What adventures would you still like to have? I'd love to go to the South Pole. And you know what I'd love to do? I'd really love to go to the moon. I'd really love to go to the moon. I've been looking on the internet at photos from the Apollo journeys to space, the first people that went to the moon, and I love that, so I would really love to do that. But if I can't go to the moon, then what I'd really like to do is cycle to Wetherby, because clearly it's a very nice place. I've never been there. I'm from Yorkshire, so I think I need an adventure to cycle to Wetherby one day. And I hope you guys have lots of good adventures as well. Thank you so much for reading my books, and good luck with all your own adventures. Bye bye.